So we've had a lot of requests to make a video expressing our thoughts on the case in Italy where a toddler was taken away from its parents because it was malnourished. It was apparently being fed a vegan diet.
Now, let's just start off by saying that this isn't really a vegan issue. This is just about bad parenting, right?
So today, a Lee County grand jury indicted Ryan Patrick O'Leary and Sheila O'Leary for first-degree murder, aggravated child abuse, aggravated manslaughter, child abuse, and 2 counts of child neglect. The evidence in this case is horrendous. With this indictment, the O'Learys are formally charged with the neglect, torture, and murder of an 18-month-old child due to starvation and extreme lack of care.
This isn't really a vegan issue. This is just about bad parenting, right?
Get back to that breaking news. A Cape Coral man and woman are sitting in the Lee County jail right now. They're facing manslaughter charges in the death of a child.
It's awful. Let's get right to Jessica Alpern. She's joining us live right now from the neighborhood where these people lived. Good morning, Jessica.
That's right, and we really have information coming in by the minute. In fact, I need to step out of the way because you can see somebody is actually leaving the home of those 2 people who are behind bars right now. I actually just spoke with this woman, asked her if she had any comment about the rest of both Sheila and Ryan Patrick O'Leary. She said that I should contact their lawyer. So that is exactly what I am going to do after this live report. But I do want to show you again, this is the last known address for both of the people who are behind bars right now at the Lee County Jail, facing charges in the death of a child. I have been speaking with neighbors out here all morning long, and they're describing some pretty disturbing details to me, saying that it was pretty rare that they would see the children who lived inside of this home ever outside at all. And when they were outside, they always noticed something suspicious, something odd going on with those children. And I do want to run through the charges that these 2 people are facing. They're each facing 3 charges in relation to the death of this child. Again, one of them is aggravated negligent manslaughter, another charge for neglecting a child with great bodily harm, and a 3rd charge for neglect without harm.
This isn't really a vegan issue. This is just about bad parenting, right?
Titusville police say 20-year-old Julia French gave birth to a son last September. 31-year-old Robert Buskey is the father. They're charged with child neglect. A police report says when officers saw their baby in their Titusville home yesterday, he had sunken eyes, loose skin on his extremities, ribs and other bones were showing. He was unable to move.
I've never seen a child to this level, to this close to possible death.
Police say French and Buskey are not officially married under Florida law, but a person familiar with the investigation says French describes herself as Buskey's concubine under the principles of their religion, Nazarite Hebrew. Documents show when the baby was born, he weighed 7 pounds, 9 ounces. Yesterday, when found, he weighed 8 pounds, 8 ounces. He had gained less than 1 pound in the 5 months since his birth.
It very well could have ended up being a homicide.
This isn't really a vegan issue. This is just about bad parenting, right?
A mom apparently obsessed with being vegan is now in big trouble for allegedly insufficiently feeding her baby. Elizabeth Hawk from Pennsylvania was charged with child endangerment after her estranged husband reported their 11-month-old developed a severe rash he claimed was from the baby's diet. According to court documents, Hawk would only allow her son to eat small amounts of fruits and nuts. His dad took him to a hospital where the boy was diagnosed as malnourished.
This isn't really a vegan issue. This is just about bad parenting, right?
2 years ago, according to these court documents we sifted through, the mother told a concerned dietitian that she and her children follow an extreme vegan diet. That was after she took her 2-year-old daughter to the hospital, where she was monitored for several days and diagnosed with life-threatening malnutrition. An investigation then found that the family's 5-year-old son was also suffering from malnourishment, angled bone, growth delay, and a blood disorder. They were taken from their parents' custody. Well, recently, authorities learned that the mother had a third child, a newborn, who was also suffering from malnourishment.
This isn't really a vegan issue. This is just about bad parenting, right?
News now, and a Sydney couple has just been sentenced for putting their daughter on a diet so severe it left her severely malnourished. Laura Tunster was in court. Laura, good morning. What's happened?
Good morning, Davina. Yes, this couple, who we can't name for legal reasons, have just been sentenced each to 18-month jail sentences, but the judge has decided that they can serve those sentences out in the community under strict supervision. So both the mother and the father have just walked free from court. Now, they pleaded guilty to this offence involving their 19-month-old daughter. Ambulance officers were called to the Queen's Park home in March 2018, where the little girl was found severely malnourished. She weighed just 4.89 kilograms, and further medical tests showed that her bones had not developed since birth. Her parents telling doctors that they fed her on a strict vegan diet.
This isn't really a vegan issue. This is just about bad parenting, right?
This is our most tweeted story of the day, on the day when there's been lots of difficult stories. The mom never took her 2-week-old infant to the hospital, and she now faces felony child neglect charges. Her baby still in the hospital. And Sam, I hear our Facebook comments on this story are brutal.
This isn't really a vegan issue. This is just about bad parenting, right?
Station starting right here in the U.S. about an upsetting crime in Belgium. A judge there has sentenced a couple to 6 months in prison for unintentionally causing their child's death by feeding him a vegan diet. The boy weighed just 9 pounds at the time of his death, and reports indicate his organs had shrunk to half their normal size, and there was no fat surrounding them. It's cause for concern for any parent wanting to try an alternative diet. News Channel 5's Jonquil Newland is outside Vanderbilt Children's Hospital with information that all of us should know. Jonquil?
Well, Carrie, the folks here at Vanderbilt Children's Hospital know exactly what a new infant needs in order to grow strong and healthy. But for one Belgian couple, as they found out this month, not every diet is meant for infants.
This isn't really a vegan issue. This is just about bad parenting, right?
We have to blur this mother's face to protect the daughter she's caused so much damage to.
You now accept that that diet was the wrong choice?
She was just 19 months old when she was admitted to Sydney Children's Hospital severely malnourished, half the weight she should have been at 4.9 kilograms. She couldn't sit up, she couldn't speak any words, she couldn't feed herself, her carer told the court today. Now 2.5 and still a size 0, she said it has taken hours of persistence and hard work to make the gains that come naturally to other children. The girl's father also pleaded guilty to failing to provide for their child. Last time they presented a united front. Today he walked out of court alone.
Inside, the father claimed he wasn't vegan and he simply followed his partner, who dictated the family's position on healthcare. At that point, the judge interjected and said he was a mature man who could have picked up his daughter and driven her to hospital at any time.
This isn't really a vegan issue. This is just about bad parenting, right? This is just about